Hello guys, this is Akshat Jain. So today we are going to discuss how to make website blocker via Python. So I want to have a software which blocks certain websites during a particular time range. So websites which I want to block are Facebook, YouTube and Gmail. So I just made a list named site to block and updated all websites which I want to block in this list. So now I want these websites to get blocked during a particular time range. So I have given the time range as 9 to 21. So here 9 means 9 a.m. and 21 means 9 p.m. The time range is in 24 hours format. So as soon as I run this software, the block website function will run, and block website contains an infinite loop in which we have given a condition if condition. So if our if condition gets true, then basically it will open the host file. The host file is present at this location. The web browser first sees the host file and check if there are certain websites which needs to be blocked. So if you want to block these websites, then we must place these websites in our host file. So when the if condition gets true, which means that current time is in between the range 9 to 21. So it will open the host file and will load all these websites from the list and will update these files to our host file. So as soon as these websites get updated to our host file, the web browser won't be able to access them. So and after that, if the current time is greater than 9 p.m., suppose it's 10 p.m., then the else part will run and the else part will again open the host file, read all the content of the host file, and will remove all these websites present in the host file so that we can access them. So before running, I want to show you the content of the host file. So we will access it via command prompt. So we are currently in system32 folder only. So moving forward, I want to go in drivers etc. Okay, so now I want to open this. So this is our host file. So currently, as you can see, there is no website named Facebook, YouTube, Gmail. So currently we have not blocked any website. So now what if I want to block them? So I will just close it. I will just minimize it and run this software. So as we can see that the current time is in between this range. Current time is 6 p.m. We can see 18 in 24 hours format. So this is in this format. So it's doing the work. It's blocking all these websites. Now let's again check what changes are made in host file. So as you can see that these websites get updated in host file and now we cannot access them. Let's try out. So now I want to access them again. Then after 9 p.m. I can access them again because after 9 p.m. the else part will run and it will read again and will remove these files. So now I am stopping this software and making some change so that I can unblock my website. So current time is 6 p.m. So I am changing it to 5 p.m. so that we can run this file. So now the range is from 9 to 17 or 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and current time is 6 p.m. So the host file must remove these websites from it. So what if I run this? Yes, the good time appears. It's running the else part, and in else part we have removed all these websites from our host file. So let's check again. As you can see, these websites are removed. So if I refresh it, here, so now we are able to access facebook.com. We can access other websites too because they are now removed from our host file. So basically you will face one error during running this file that is permission denied. That permission denied error will be due to this path. The host file is present in Windows System32 folder, and Windows don't provide you the permissions to write or rewrite in any of its file present in System32 folder. So if we want to make any changes in the host file, then we must change the settings of the permissions so that it allows us to write and rewrite again and again in the host file. So there are various ways to do that, and I am discussing one of the method. So let's go to Windows System32 properties, and in security you will see that the creator owner doesn't have any permission, even the system doesn't have any permission. Uh, so we need to change this. Even the all application packages has read permission and list permission but doesn't have any write permission. So we need to change this. So for that we need to go in advanced, and here we can see the owner is trusted installer. We need to change it. So for that we click on change permissions. Okay, advanced, change. So here now we want to update our name or system name. So if you don't know your system name, then you can go to PowerShell here and check your system current name. Here it is, $env colon username. So my system name is Akshat Jain. So I need to transfer the owner from trusted installer to Akshat Jain. So I will just type Akshat Jain here and will check for name. Here it is. So I will just click on OK, replace owner on subcontainer and objects, and will click on apply. It will take a few minutes depending on system. Click on continue. Okay, so the ownership has now been transferred. I will click on OK. But keep one thing in mind, we don't want to reboot our system with this, as this can cause many problems while we reboot. So we want it back to trusted installer. So we will just make the change and then we will make it back to normal. So I will just click on OK. Now if I click on edit, then I have the permissions to edit. So I will edit the read and write permission for all the files I want. I have already done that, so I won't be doing it again. And after that, I will be able to run this software. After running this software, just go back to advanced setting. Uh, just change it back to where it was. We will just write anti service trusted installer. Check names, trusted installer. Just click on OK, replace, and apply. It will take again few minutes. Continue. OK, so here we see it's trusted installer. OK, So here we are able to see the administration sign and we are back to trusted installer. So this will solve your issue of access denied. So now many of you will say that we don't need that time related stuff. We just need a simple software where we when press 1 the website should get blocked and when we press 2 the website should get unblocked. So we can transform it to that very easily. So we don't need these imports because we are no longer dealing with time. So I will just comment this whole and we will just quickly change it. So I am adding it here only. So first we will create a function for blocking. Okay, so it will take no arguments and we will just simply copy this code. Okay, so now I am removing these comments and just indenting it properly. Now we want one more function for unblocking, so I will make that again. And we will simply copy paste the else part. So here we are. We just copy pasted this to this. So we are done. Just the last thing left. This should be like this, and the print should not be in this. So we are done with indenting. As you can see, we have copied the else part from here. Basically, else part is nothing but the unblocking code, and if part is nothing but the blocking code. So now we will call these two functions, and we want to call them according to our needs. So I will create an infinite loop. We will ask for input from user. So here we are asking for the user whether he want to block website, whether he want to unblock website, or whether just want to exit from this software. So now we will use if and else statement to run the function according to user needs. For one, he want to block websites, so we will run the block function. For I equals to 2, he just want to unblock, so we will run the unblock function. And if he press 3, then we just want to exit. Now what if we press something except these 1, 2 and 3? So we should not get any error, so we must be prepared for that error. So I will just press and else statement and will handle that error. So if we press something which is not in the range 1, 2 and 3, this code will run again. Okay, so now half of our function is ready, half our code is ready to run. Now we just need to copy paste these things, uncommenting all them. Okay, so now we are ready to go. So first let's check our host file. So we don't have any block website right now. So let's run the software. Okay, so I want to block, do the work. So it just run the blocking function and the website has been blocked. So let's try out again. Yes, it's blocked. Let's check it in the host file also. We see it's here. So now I just want to unblock. So I will just press 2 and it says good time. So it has unblocked. Let's refresh this. We are able to run this. Let's check the host file again. Yes. So it has unblocked and there is no website exist here. What if we want to exit? We just press 3. Suppose before exiting we press something which is not in our range. Suppose I pressed KJ or KL, then it will say just enter a valid value and will display this again. So I want to exit, I will press 3 and it will exit. Okay, so we are done for this, and just make sure that here I should be in commas, because if you write 1 as this, then surely it will not run, because here input takes the value and the value is in string. So if you want it to be treated like int, then you must typecast it to int like this. Otherwise treat it like string only. So I am treating it like a string only and not typecasting it to int. So that's all for today. Thank you.